How's it going, guys? It's Cass. We're getting to that point of the league where people are starting to reroll, play their second character, or like me, looking to make a mapper because you already have a bosser. Our league started Ice Trap Occultist, which is great at killing bosses, but it's not the fastest when it comes to mapping, so I thought I'd make a second character. And while I was making the second character, I always like to try to do some fun stuff when leveling, try to go super fast. And this league mechanic actually allows you to do some crazy stuff when leveling. So I thought I'd take some time to talk about the technology that I'm using while leveling. And it's basically something I use on almost every single class, as long as you don't need a lot of sockets to level. So Oath of the Magi is something that was introduced with this league when you have Warden of the Magi from the new Affliction events. So basically what you're going to do is you're going to go into Affliction, go after the yellow juice, and then once you find the yellow Warden, you're going to be able to get Oath of the Magi right away. Normally this happens around Act 2 or Act 3. Sometimes you might get unlucky and this will be the last person you find. It'll be closer, like middle to end of Act 3. This allows you to get 50% all elemental resistance if you have a helmet equipped with no sockets. So what you can do is do what I did. I got a gold rim with 40% all resistance. So now I have gold rim plus this node. If I don't put any sockets in my helmet, I get 50% all resistance from that and 40% all resistance from gold rim. So now I get 90% all res for one item. And just because I don't have any sockets in it, it gives me 90% all resistance. So basically, if you get 30% all resistance on any other gear, you don't have to worry about res the whole way through your campaign. So you're going to be able to go much faster because you don't have to worry about res. Now let's talk about pure speed, okay? We get 30% increased movement speed if your equipped boots have no sockets in them. So if you're like me and you like to use 7 league steps, you get 50% increased movement speed from 7 league step. Then you get 30% increased movement speed for not having any sockets into them, basically making it so your character is ridiculously fast without even having any modifiers. Now, if you press your Quicksilver, you're zooming. You have 120 movement speed, just flat baseline with no other modifiers. Now, if you're playing champion like me, you get adrenaline plus this, and you're just absolutely flying. And this also works inside towns too, so you can be super fast in town if you like to be one of those people as well. If my load screens ever end. For some reason, my load screens have been super long this week. This one is disgustingly long. It's funny, it always happens when I start to actually record something. I guess it's because there's so many people with MTX in here. Holy cow. You can see I'm just as fast inside of a place where I can't even use my Quicksilver, right? So yeah, this technology is pretty insane. It's a super easy way to get a ton of movement speed, and for your second characters, it's something that can get you to map super fast. And with that said, 7 league steps obviously isn't something that is very cheap. So if you're like me and you have a decent amount of currency already, because I got lucky and uh, had an Omni drop from my quest Exarch, but if you're like me and got lucky, or you just farmed a lot, you get 7 league step for 50C. You go level your character, then you sell it back for 50C in a day or two after you're done. You're basically renting these items. As long as you have the money to pay for it the first time, you're good to go. And that's basically how this works. This is super fast leveling. It's going to make any character really fast. All you have to do is get Warden of the Magi first. Once you get Warden of the Magi, you can get Oath of the Magi. Make sure you don't have any sockets or any gems socketed in your boots, any gems socketed in your helmet, and you get a free 50% resistance and a free 30% movement speed to help level super fast. Hope this helped you guys.
I can't do this just yet. I should think of something flashy to say to the judges that exiled me. before I kill them. Time to take my grievance right to the top.